but into the summer internships of these four fine gentlemen of Waynesburg University. Three of these individuals, I had the displeasure or pleasure, whichever way you'd like to describe it, spending the summer with them at the Washington Wildthings, while one decided to take an opposition route in sports. It's now time for the Fields of Dreams internship presentations, leading off the owner of Quality Control and the Washington Wildthings Media Relations intern, Josh Clingan.
All right, thank you for that lovely intro, Mr. Watson. Thank you so much. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I want to leave you all with a little quote that I learned from a very famous movie, The Old Dreams. For, you just don't know whether, you just don't recognize life's most significant moments while they're happening. And that was basically that's the quote that represented the relationship. So, we're going to talk about my supervisor, which is kind of awesome, my goals and objectives, what I did for the Wild Things, special opportunities, game day schedule, challenges, personal thoughts on the internship, what's next for me, and then I will have a Q&A session. First things first, my supervisor was Cal Dawson. He just finished his 8th season with the Washington Wildthings, first as the vice president of baseball operations, while also being the named play-by-play officer. It's actually really cool though. He actually graduated from here from Waynesburg in 2017. He actually interned with the Wildthings in 2015 and 2016 as an official scorer operator, and also a MC. Going into this internship, I didn't know what to expect, so I decided to write a couple goals I want to achieve and objectives. My first goal is I want to work at the company and be able to do anything when the team is on the road. I just want to prove to Cal that I want to be around. I wanted to show that he can count on me, whatever he needed. And also, I just wanted to showcase if we have people from cheerleading that show up at the games, I want to show that if I want to be a part of their organization or work, I want to show that I can do that. And then I wanted to expand my knowledge in the media relations field and learn different positions. For me, as a sports information student, I basically have a scoreboard, stats computer, and recaps. But I wanted to do a little bit more. I wanted to expand my knowledge. I wanted to see what else is new out there I don't. And then last thing, I want to make a good reputation for myself and the university. From Kyle on the first day, he basically talked about as far as Waynesburg, he's had a good reputation with some of the interns that worked there, so I wanted to try to continue that trend. What did I do? Well, the real question is, what did I do? Essentially, whatever Cal wanted me to do, I did it. First, I actually had the opportunity to be on the stats computer for a couple of games. Very similar to Waynesburg's stats stuff, but a little bit more advanced. I actually got to do the media guide in a small area. I actually did the stats for them, for the media guide. I wrote bios for the players that were on the team, and I actually got rid of players that were on the team from the years past. I wrote recaps. This one that I got here is actually game one of the Division Series. That's actually my most memorable one because the Wild Things actually, that was like the first playoff game that actually recapped it out, so that was really cool. Camera operator, I did that mainly when, if we had like short staff towards the end of the season, and one of our media relations guys needed help on camera, so he basically camera got me, and I was able to do the camera for a couple games for him. And then scoreboard, very, very easy. It was similar to Waynesburg's scoreboard that I did here for baseball and softball. Just a little bit different layout, but it's normally the same. And what I actually don't have on here is I was actually the producer for Cal's broadcast during the postseason and during the World Series, which Cal actually rewarded me for all the hard work that I did during the summer. Special opportunities. Well, I worked with the championships. That lasted 2 days, and definitely the longest days I actually had at the Wildthings. It wasn't even at the Wildthings. So, Callie had us show up at like 12 p.m. for a 1 o'clock game. We didn't get out there until like 12 a.m. And it wasn't like the games were long. We had one game that was long that actually took 14 innings. I actually had to sub in for Ryan Martin for one of those innings because he had to leave. And then the second day, we had a rain out and another extra inning. So Mother Nature got in there. We had a long baseball game. But mainly, I did scoreboard for him, and the scoreboard was actually connected to the broadcast announcers that were here covering the championships. I also got to do the 3-verse softball game, which was actually a very, very, very excellent event. I loved it. We had a chance to meet the celebrities. I actually got to talk with Ken Hayward for a brief moment. It was cool, but I got to do handheld camera for them. Mainly, I did video shots of the fans tailgating. I got to do video shots of celebrities that I in the ballpark. I also got to film them in batting practice and also do the first 3 innings of the game. So, of course, when Martin had to come in and said, "Oh, I want to do handheld camera," so we both switched out, and I did scoreboard for luckily 2 more innings of that game. And then something I did not expect that Cal actually did. He actually put me in charge of the media relations for me. He had an event that he had to go to, and since basically I was the one that was helping him most of the time during the season. And one night he told me that I'm going to basically put you in charge. If you need anything, call me, but if there's nothing going, so if there's like something going on, I'm fine with my job. So, I mean, that was like a really good opportunity for me to be in charge. I didn't actually never had to do that. I had to learn how to delegate, how to trust people in doing stuff, especially with these two on around. But actually, that game was actually really cool because we actually got to witness a back-to-back home runs, which honestly, I don't think that's happened in a long time for the Wildthings. That was really cool moment for me and all the kids at the home. Moving on to my game day schedule. I arrived for the Wildthings. I arrived mostly about 2-3 hours before the game. I left this in the morning. We had a couple times this year we had at 10:45 against I was actually at 7 o'clock. I mean, that was not happening. But I wanted to, for all the night games, I wanted to show that I once again, whatever Cal needed me to do before the game, I did it. Whatever Cal needed me to do during the game, I did it. And then after the game, I actually got to deliver box scores to the coaches. Just afterwards, I actually got to go to the clubhouse, which at first was kind of scary, but towards the end. It was actually really cool to have that experience. And then afterwards, I finally got to upload those box scores and the game story that was written during those games to the Wildthings website. For the Winfield Championships, like I said, I arrived about an hour and a half before game one, for the scoreboard for 2.5 games, and then left after the last game. Celebrity softball basically arrived about 4 hours before the games even happened. And of course, it took videos of the players, tailgate, and the games. Personal challenges. Honestly, when I thought about this, it was hard. Like, I had to live on my own for the first time during the summer, which obviously from a guy coming from California who actually just moved to North Carolina 2 years ago. It was hard to live on my own for the first time. And honestly, I did not really have that much help from family because they were 6 hours away from me. So it wasn't like they were helping me right on the spot. So I had to learn to adjust and make myself sort of act like an adult, but also take care of my business as well. And then also this is learn new things on the fly. This actually happened with Wildthings. Of course, with me and Brian Martin, we had to, in the first game, first series, we had to go out and interview fans about the in-game activities that were going on that we did not have anything about. But we had to walk around, get shots of fans, ask them questions about the events. And at first it sucked. And that first day we probably didn't get any fans to talk to us. And then we started to get a little bit more in the second game. And we actually kind of felt comfortable in the third game. And was talking to fans and getting those contacts out. And then I also had to have a separate job to keep myself afloat. Wildthings were an unpaid internship, so I had to somehow find a way to make money. But luckily, I actually have a company. I'm actually working for DoorDash, so I was able to stay afloat with a little bit of money to like afford some needs that I needed, like food, water, cleaning stuff, whatever. And I was able to keep myself afloat. Personal thoughts about the internship. What did I learn? Well, with Cal's help, I learned how to be a better writer. The first recap I sent to him, it was like 150 words. Like, I'm not with 1,000, this is 1,000 words. And Cal said it was too much, like there was no need for me to have that many words, especially when you're talking about things. From what I learned as a crowds, was in the sports writing class, I had to write about both coaches and both teams. And I tried to do that in the first one with Kyle, and he just said there was like no need for that, and he actually made it a little bit simpler for me because we were just covering college sports and things, but we were just covering wow, that's baseball. And then how to have trust in people. And this goes back to my time where I had to be in charge. I mean, from what I did, I had to trust in Brian, I had to trust in Ron, I had to trust in a lot of the interns that were actually at the internship during that day and all throughout the season. And it was definitely a learning curve, but learning that because I never had to do that. I basically like, all right, let me put stuff away and do this myself. You know, I had to trust people, and I was able to figure out as we go on, and now I can definitely apply that here to Winston. And then third, it's okay to mess up and have some struggles. When I first did the broadcast for the Wildthings broadcast, it was hard, and I asked. We actually had a problem trying to get the ads and commercials onto the feed, and I actually just told Kyle what was going on. He said that it was fine, but to keep the broadcast going, keep having a scorecard going, and we were able to escape, for the rest of the year. But I want to thank Kyle and the entire Wildthings organization for the opportunity. He really could have said no to me when I applied. He could have said no to all the positions that he put in. But from what I've learned, I'm actually thankful for that. Because he didn't have to do that. He could have gotten more interview. And it just shows that he had trust in me, and I was grateful for that. I want to thank the other interns. They actually made the experience way better than it was. I was able to make a lot of friends with them, and I'm still in contact with them today. And I want to thank Professor Cross. He's the one that actually helped me get in contact with Kyle. He brought him out. Out here last year during the spring, we taught the sports info class, and he actually invited me to be in that. I actually was able to talk to Kyle and to get information about it. So, what's next for me? Well, the plan is to graduate in the fall of 2025. After that, I want to be like an assistant sports info director, or at least sports info director, at a college, either in Waynesburg or different college. And I kind of want to just showcase that I don't want to be in like one certain position, but I want to be somewhere that I can actually work and actually have that program. Or I actually want to be a staff person for a professional team. And I actually applied to be the staff person for the Wildthings. And honestly, from what I've learned from him, from what I learned from Professor Krause and Stanko, the current is the sports information director and Bobby Fox, is when it comes to getting these opportunities, I got to learn something out. And from what I want to do, I got to start now. And that's what my goal was, and that's why I applied. And hopefully Kyle accepts the application. If not, I'll be looking for somewhere I can go to achieve my goal. Any questions?
Kind of similar to the question I was posed in the Google presentation last week. For me, it's environment where you obviously know some of the your peers as well as Kyle, since it's familiar face. Is there difficulty, or at least a first difficulty, maintain that professionalism where it's a little more laid back? Is it because you know people, or was it pretty easy to be able to know where you were and you needed to jump to?
Yeah. At first it was like I was trying to adjust my professionalism and how I wanted us to act. But as I got a little more experience in working for him, I was able to understand what he was wanting and what he was looking for me. So it wasn't like that hard to figure out professionalism, just working with him, finding out what he wanted me to do, and we were able to help him very well. Yes, ma'am.
You also had a lot of different positions that you said. So out of all the positions that you worked and all the experience that you had, what was your favorite position that you worked?
I would say a broadcaster. From what I learned from that, I never had any production. This was like the first time I actually did something like that, and from what I learned from Cal, I learned from the intern that I actually spotted for him, looking what he was doing, and why he was doing it. It was very easy. It was very easy, and I was able to pick it up with all right, and up next we have Philip, media relations intern.
This has been a production of Waynesburg Community Television.